Atletico de Madrid expect nothing less than 3 points, no more slip-ups. They've been a little bit found out over the last couple of games against Valencia, although that was a good point away from this cauldron. And of course, Sanchez Flores, man, ran Barcelona to within a goal. Mutual respect between Flores and Aurelio Guy. So that's always nice to see. I'm not so sure if it'll be so friendly out there in the battlefield. The red and whites want to get it back on and get it into top gear. They'll be led by the wonderful Diego Forlan. Unfortunately, no Kun Aguero here tonight, but plenty of other razzle-dazzle footballers. Costa, Rias and Simao will be leading the line.
Take a look at the way these two teams will line up, and there are a few changes out there, but pretty much what you would expect considering De Gea in goal, Pereira back out wide with Godin and Dominguez in the middle. It is Felipe Luis Kazmierski, the Brazilian, getting the start on the left, Paulo Assunção, Thiago holding, Reyes, Simao, and Costa and Forlan. They will switch things up just a bit and go with the two up front in the absence of Aguero for Quique Sanchez Flores. Meanwhile, Jose Aurelio Guy goes with the former Atletico keeper, Leo Franco. He's going to be in net. Lanzaro, Jarosik, Contini, Obradovic the back line. Gabi and Kevin, he's a youth player. Ponzio, Ander Lafita behind the young Colombian Marco Perez. A lot of youth and talented youth in this lineup. Marco Perez, after a brief stop in Gimnasia, still just 20 years of age. Ander, who pulls the strings, 21. Kevin, 18 out of their youth ranks. And Obradovic, the Croat left back, just 22. First corner of the match going to the Atleti. Ball inside the 6, still loose, kicked away, and now trying to get it out of the danger zone, up to Ander. Similar to Munayin in a way, and a nice ball out, but miscontrolled. Zaragoza scrambling a bit. Lafita could not hold on, and the whistle goes against the visitors. Atletico opening up with a couple of good wins, but then the loss against Barcelona, forced to settle for a point against Valencia. And now they'd like to avoid stretching a winless streak to 3. Zaragoza, meanwhile, actually, Ray, a pretty fortunate schedule at the start of the season, but they were not able to take advantage. Just one draw at home, one draw away, and now they have Atletico, Athletic, Barcelona, and Valencia. Reyes dances around, and perhaps a little shirt tug helps. Behind the play, the whistle blows.
The good points at Zaragoza have got, as you said, Phil, scoreless draws against Depot and that feisty little team, Hercules. 0-0 draws, but then they were shellacked against Malaga. Hammered 5-3, and Racing took his team to task, beating them 2-0. Diego Forlan will be looking to add to his haul. Super sharp player. We see it every time we see him, and he never ever fails to live up to bill. And somewhere in the 90 minutes, more often than not, Diego Forlan will hurt you.
Well, his front line mate has a big spotlight on him today. Diego Costa, former Brazilian under-20 international, has been the man to step in for the ailing Aguero. And in all honesty, shown flashes, but he hasn't shown goals. Here's Perez. Thought there'd be a run that never developed.
You're right there, Phil. The Brazilian Diego Costa is a quality footballer, and maybe not quite to the towering standards of Kun Aguero. But there's a good understanding developing between the two new men, Forlan and Costa. And they'll need that yin and yang, because it looks like Kun Aguero will be out for quite possibly up to a month.
Ball back for Paulo Assunção, has Thiago on the inside, looks elsewhere.
Vision.
Dumps it over for Felipe Luis. Could have played for Poland, wants to play for Brazil. Decent service inside, but Leo Franco back from a year's purgatory in Galatasaray. He was sent packing. Basically, they just let his contract expire when they brought in A couple of good young keepers. Sergio Asenjo, who was supposed to be the starter, but got off to a slow start, then got hurt. And then David De Gea, 2 years Asenjo's junior, who looks like he might have that #1 jersey for the next decade or two.
Certainly De Gea in goal for Atletico Madrid has been nothing less than spectacular this season. We saw him all last year. A wonderful goalkeeper, this kid, in between the sticks for the red and whites. He was marvellous against Barcelona. I was raving about him earlier in one of our telecasts through the week. And he didn't get the result, of course. Barcelona just too good again. But De Gea kept his team in a game that really should have been well put away, and probably would have been put in concrete by a number of other Barcelona goals had it not been for De Gea. This is good goalkeeping at the other end from Leo, the ex-Atletico Madrid man, of course. Played over 150 games, did Leo Franco, so he got a real nice warm reception when he came here.
Leo Poncio can play pretty much anywhere in the midfield, and even on the outside backs. He's playing on the right midfield, though. That's a position you normally don't see him at. That's normally where you see him, clattering around in the midfield to win a ball back. Off to the near side, Reyes. Back to Pereira. With Uzvalusi out, Ray, they stick Pereira back out on the flank. He's got the speed, but as you like to point out, he also has a few bugaboos that follow him around.
Yeah, he has. He's got that in his satchel, and he's got that reputation that's very hard to shake. You give a dog a bad name situation with Partido, but he's having a good season so far.
Reyes through the wickets. Lafita, a bit of a panic, puts it out for the corner, but it looks like he wanted more. Second corner from Atletico. Little shirt tug. This will be an in-swinger on Franco's net. Sent back post, headed off target and out. Godin slamming in, the young Uruguayan.
Another player that's had a very good effect since landing here in Madrid is that Uruguayan Godin. He's really seemed to have strengthened that back line and give a far better sense of organisation and just downright leadership. Good tandem, him and Dominguez.
Near side, Reyes again. Pushing it down the line. Costa on an angle, but the ball carries out. Obradovic, the former Partizan Belgrade man. Cleats came high on both sides. Dangerous play against Thiago, the call.
No mistake, this Zaragoza team will battle their hearts out here today. It wouldn't be an almighty surprise to see them land the points themselves. They've finished last season extremely well. They're off to a bad start this year. Pointed that out, but we've got a real good character in this team under Partido guy. And we've got some quality players. The young pups are out there as well, learning the soccer alphabet under pressure situations. But great Zaragoza days gone by, they were always a pleasure to watch and always tough to beat in Zaragoza.
Felipe Luis up the line, Simao. Little deflection forward for Costa, trying to turn the corner. That's one where you kind of feel that Kun Agüero might have made something more of it, but held off well. Jarosic, the former, actually it was Contini, the Italian, who gets inside.
Contini doing very well, strong and well positioned, shepherding away, but you're right, Phil. You put little Kun in that situation, that little bulldog would have probably been in his jowl.
Jose Aurelio Gai, his assistant sitting on the bench behind him. Mohamed Ali Amar, better known as Naeem. former English star, brings shivers still to David Seaman's shoulders. 10th minute. Still no score. Near side, Pereira. Back for Godin. Over for Dominguez, who's been lost in the shuffle a little bit with the emergence of Godin, but getting the chance here today. Borja, Agüero, Asenjo, Uzfalusi all out. Ball high in the air. Jarošić, the former Celtic and Chelsea man, tries to clear. Finally, Contini does. Good position, Godin again. Now Thiago, still on loan. Down goes Reyes. Little collision. Obradovic draws the whistle.
Certainly just clattering in there, trying to keep the danger players on a short leash. 10 minutes in, they're going to have to do it all night. But is that a fighting spirit amongst them this one will carry out? But they know if they can contain the likes of Forlan, Simão and Reyes, that is a huge challenge, of course. And new boy Luis Felipe plans as well to add class and ability to the red and whites. But still, Phil, if they can do a job on the real danger men up top, this Zara team will make this a much leveler playing field, because they will compete in that midfield. Will they have the strength going forward? They haven't got anything in their pedigree, the sharpness of this man on the ball and one or two of his teammates. But level that, take that away from them, and they could catch Quique Sanchez Flores, notoriously inconsistent team on and off day. If the stars are in alignment for them, well, they could do well. But that's setting the stage here for the people at home. It will be tough for Diego Costa, but they should have it within them.
Now, if they don't, the guys to keep an eye on, in my mind, Ander Herrera needs to blossom, but it's not going to be easy for him unless he gets help. They look for Herrera. And the guy in my mind that needs to provide that help is the 17. Herrera steals it away and takes a hopeful shot off target. But Angel Lafita has tons of class, beautiful cross, but his heart comes into question sometimes,
right,
and he tends to disappear.
Exactly, and the likes of Lafita and Young Ander, they've just got to step it up and see if they can catch them on an off day, because that's what's going to have to happen for them to take the points away from Assunção's men, who, as we said, had a wonderful start to the season. Europa Cup champions, of course.
Blasting it off target as he tried to retain possession. Was
moreover, was European Super Cup winners, Assunção's men. Even Internazionale.
They hadn't won anything since 1996's double.
Yeah, two hellish feathers in the caps. And all credit to them, this long-suffering set of fans. Really right behind Los Indios.
Dominguez clears it away. Little touch, a rare touch by Forlan so far today.
Yeah, everything he's touched been a little bit off. It's usually a good sign for a forward, in my experience. You start off bad and you end up getting goals galore during the game. Never forget playing against Pelé for New York Cosmos. Had a nightmare that day. Pelé scored 3 goals. True.
Worst game of the season, only scored 3.
Telling you, Phil, his touch was terrible. His control was abysmal. He beat us 3-0 and he scored the 3.
Here's Pereira. Forlan too long. Good nod back by Obradovic. Over to the far side, Lanzaro, the former Regina man, lets it go for the throw. Not easy for teams that are coming up, but in some ways, as Jose Mourinho talked about, to kind of build on it. In many ways, it's tougher for teams that are stuck mid-table, like Zaragoza. New teams that come up, a lot of excitement, sponsors jumping in to try and get on the bandwagon. They know that they need to reinforce. and the pockets get a little bit deeper. But for teams that, like Zaragoza, perennially between that, say, 12th and 17th spot,
Yeah.
but they went out, got a few new players. They just don't have a win, and right now find themselves rock bottom in the table. Godin over to Felipe Luis. Took a lot for Atletico to pry him away. On the turn, another missed touch by Costa, but Simao there to clean up. Tackle away by Jarosic, and a throw in deep for Atleti.
Look at that guy. A double for Sergio Ramos. Maybe? You're not giving me that, are you?
No. Eric Idle, maybe.
Bad shout.
Pereira with a missed touch, but his second effort wins it. Reyes, a little slip. Obradovic, but then Pereira. Thiago, good job to shield and draw the foul against Ander. Nice blast just wide.
It's a great hit, this, from Luis. He picks it up and he pummels this. It's a speculative shot that nearly turns into a wonderful cross. He's beautifully found over the top from Thiago. Lovely, steady, sees his target. He's going for that bottom corner of Franco, and he aimed far away. Franco gets a piece of this, does he not?
There's a chance of a fingertip, but the referee didn't see it. Now,
Franco was admitting it, that he did get a touch.
either that or
I don't think so.
there might be a few Atletico fans who aren't so welcoming. Well, let's see what happens here. Maybe he pulled something on the dive.
Hey, he was at full stretch, all right. He felt something pop. Better get him warmed up.
They're going to ask Contini to take the goal kick. So Franco's going to try and gut it out for a while, but one negative when you have a defender take the goal kick, quick counters can happen because it's almost impossible to get an offside. Hard hit, and that looks like it might be our first trip to the book. Simao is down. Poncio pleading his innocence. It's not going to help. Poncio got his start at that breeding ground for footballers, Newell's Old Boys.
Take a look at this. The Argentine controls it and then gets away from him a little bit. And then the lunge in here to try to get it out of dodge, away from Simao. He just clips him. Simao just a little bit too quick for Ponzio there.
Antonio Douglas continuing to stretch and loosen up on the sidelines in case Franco can't go.
Very good look at Lafita's ability that you were alluding to earlier, though, Phil, on that tight set of circumstances right in front of the camera there.
Ball skips up. Asuncao ends up with it again.
Well played.
Near side Pereira. Chipped in for Forlan, but
He sees intention there, and Diego Forlan acknowledges it as well. It didn't get to the intended target, but Pereira, his idea was correct. A little bit of afters.
like a little gnat. But he has a bite.
Scored some good goals this season. Simao, another one of those players that seems to just been rejuvenated.
Two in league already.
Wonderful Europa Cup success that continued all the way through to the final last season, beating Fulham, of course.
Reyes. Pereira. Dominguez. on the line. Kazmierski on the ball. Felipe Luis over to the near side for Pereira.
It's fitting in beautifully on that left side, isn't it, Phil? Luis.
I'm surprised Atletico was able to get him. Touched inside and a tricky little back heel, nicely done by Obradovic. Atletico gets it back. Jurosic slides through, misses. Another takedown outside the area and cleared away by Obradovic again.
It's been tackled from behind, reaching in through the player's legs there, just to stab it away, right in front of the ref. Having a good game, referee Muniz. Look out!
Here he comes, Felipe Luis. The square tucked inside. Diego Costa leaves it in the back of the net as Atletico draws first blood.
We're talking about him, and you were saying how it was fortunate for the Atleti to land this wonderful player that, for me, still looks like Sergio Ramos reborn, that guy. Luis, wonderful attack down the left. I thought the pullback was on, to be honest. I thought he picked the wrong one out, but his vision's better than mine. He squares this one right across. Diego Forlan starts it, and then this wonderful player Luis sees it, and it's a good tuck away under pressure by Costa. See it again, the pullback is there. That's the one I thought he was going to play for Antonio Reyes, but he says, I see you, buddy, I need you, finish it off, and he tucks it away neat and sweet.
Take a look at the quality of that pass too. He curls it around Contini, who thought he had the angle, but he puts spin on it to basically prevent Obradovic from being able to get to it. The only person who could touch it was Diego Costa.
It's not the cleanest, prettiest finish you'll see, and it doesn't matter. Warts and all, Diego Costa puts this one in. That's all he had to do, was make contact. And tell you what, he was being heavily challenged as well. I think it was by Lanzaro that was barking down him. Either him or Obradovic, we'll see in the next replay.
Midway point coming up. Zaragoza was scrambling a bit. They pay the price there. Well, they got Felipe Luis for just about 15 million.
You say just about, Phil. It's a lot of money.
In all honesty, in my mind, he was the best left back on the planet. He had an injury that he had to overcome. It cost him much of last season, but considering how few world-class left backs there are, he's up there in that upper echelon.
A wonderful debut for him.
Out of tiny Figueirense. And spent some time in Uruguay with Rentistas. Real had him in their Castilla, but couldn't hold on, and he went to Deportivo, and they made about a $3 million investment, and let's just say they made a healthy return. Ando to Marco. Perez couldn't hold it on. Here's Reyes weaving his way in, got stepped on, and he's going to draw the foul.
It's Gabi, I believe, that just comes across on his Achilles here. Lovely touch to control and settle. It's the step on by Gabi.
Reyes, another player who's been rejuvenated under Quique Sanchez.
Yeah, there's a few big names that have found a different lease of life and a better attitude, and the team has been drawn in tighter by the coach as well.
A little push, down goes Obradovic, and Reyes gets whistled for this one.
And as you said, Phil, credit the board of Atletico Madrid, because they are one of the big names in Spanish football, of course. A wonderful past, but spending that type of money on a left-sided defender just shows you what progress they have in mind for this club. They want to be up there with the real cream of the crop. He's been a little bit absent the last few years, but this edition of his team looks extremely authentic in its challenge for Barcelona's crown.
They already had a pretty good one over there in Antonio Lopez, but looks like they're going to continue the experiment perhaps of sliding Lopez to the right side, but not today.
Wonderful run. Again,
finally through the heels is Ponzio.
We take a look at this one again. Ponzio gets whacked 2 or 3 times. Is the first one, is the second one, and just missing the third one. The third one was the side. A little bit of a machete in Luis's jockstrap as well.
Here it comes. Ponzio's normally on the giving end. Little flip
from
through.
The Brazilian there.
Under Herrera.
Good
flip.
ball. Beautiful.
Lafita has a bit of time and a weak effort. Still cleared away by Dominguez. It'll be a throw-in. Talked about the youth on Zaragoza. A lot of good youth as well on Atletico. It looks like they are going to have to make that keeper switch. Douglas in. Leo Franco.
He definitely popped it, and he knew straight away as soon as he was tested by that whistler from Luis Felipe early on, excuse me. And that was the first test. Oh, Leo Franco just wasn't warm enough and pulled a muscle in the back of his leg, whether it's a hamstring or looks like it was, but either way he's out.
Nice round of applause from the Atletico fans, but at the same point they remember similar reasons for Franco being on the shelf during his time here. One of the reasons they went out and got a couple of young keepers. Over for Ponzio, who was just caught off stride.
You wonder if Franco had not had that debilitating injury, would he have made a difference to that go-ahead goal by the Atleti, because it was right across the face and wasn't even, what, a yard out from his line.
Well, in all honesty, it was an empty net with Franco unable to scramble back.
Yeah.
Same point, someone probably needs to be blamed if you're going to have an injury that early. Either Franco himself or the keeper coach not loosening up in time. One dive and he's out. So now it's Tony Douglas's turn to prove he deserves to hold on to the number 1. As Forlan continues to be frustrated. Offside the call. Perez caught on the wrong side. Last year Zaragoza finished 14th, but they weren't really safe until the final round. Madrid, meanwhile, Atletico finished 9th. So as you take a look, maybe by a heel, Perez offside. Atletico wins the Europa League, ends up to win the European Super Cup, and they are out of Europe this year. Ander and Lafita both giving chase.
But the good side of that coin is the way they've got off to the races this year, and even in their defeats have looked very good.
Costa appeared to be offside. Maybe by a hair. Good idea from Forlando.
It's a sure
That's close. Yeah. Looked like Contini in the center might have been keeping him on. Zaragoza has not won a league championship, but they do have 6 cups to their name. Most recent back in 2004. And they actually did have European glory just a couple of years after Atletico. Atletico won the Cup Winners' Cup in '62, and 2 years later, Zaragoza won the Fairs Cup, the precursor to the Europa League.
It wasn't too long ago either. Always were enthralled by Real Zaragoza's footballing ability. Remember the Milito brothers playing in that team. Tremendous entertaining side.
Sergio Garcia part of that as well. They went down the last day. Ball launched in and a relatively easy grab by De Gea.
Well, Iker Casillas is certainly the king of kings for Spanish footballing goalkeepers, and an immortal, a living legend.
But
Iker Casillas. But there is a replacement in a few years' time, and Iker knows it. If De Gea keeps going the way he is going, it'll be a wonderful replacement.
I guess that makes him the Prince of Princes.
A long way off, though.
Lafita can't get to it. The long arms of De Gea snatch that chance away.
As you've pointed out in past games when we've covered Atleti, Phil, doing it under pressure the way De Gea has, eclipsing Arsenio, who arrived with all the wonderful acclaim of being the next big thing. Well, Sergio Arsenio got really put in the shadows by young David De Gea.
On the different look from, say, a Canales. Not as tricky, but he does have that skill. He needs more, I think, than just Perez to pass it to. Weaving his way around. Reyes on the flank, back for Thiago. Simao. Forlan makes the run. Felipe Luis.
Got a lot to do here. Beautiful Brazil.
We talked about how everyone looking for a left back. Brazil is one of those. Now that he's healthy. Nice work here by Pereira. Luis Amaranto Pereira to the back post and headed away to safety.
Well, all the Pereira critics say your apologies. This is wonderful by Pereira. He starts it and he nearly finishes it. This wonderful service ball. Here's your abracadabra from Luis.
Third corner, edge of the 6. Douglas facing his first challenge, and he got some help.
Godin, it was just a couple of eyebrows away from making contact with that wonderful cross again.
Reyes just toying with Kevin Lacruz. The 18-year-old can't slow him down. The cross deflected for Simao. Tackled back into the middle, and then Jurosic unable to bring it under control. It's out for another corner.
Brilliant touch by Simao. Zaragoza to take it under wonderful tight control, and Obradovic that was coming across just to put a little bit of water on his flames.
All inside. Douglas, a strong punch, but low. Rebound shot for Forlan, rattles around. Bacchio Godin, and Kevin Lacruz just plays it into touch.
A wonderful hit from that man. Goldilocks gets all of this one. A wonderful strike through a forest of players, and the substitute goalkeeper Douglas, that'll do him the world of good. It was a great ball by that guy for this hit.
It would have been a handball, but it got there too quick.
Good ball again.
Costa going across. Holds on. Assunção dumps it wide.
Look, a simple ball, a nothing ball from Pereira, but that's where it leads to. The other side of the field on an open attack.
Laid off, an even better idea from Forlan, but read well by the big Czech. Kevin Lafita, good little dummy to create some space. Kevin.
Some miraculous recoveries here by these Argentine players. Aguero there with his cleats on, ready to come in. They don't want to risk him for a couple of weeks from the reports that had been published that I read. But the other big Argentina man, of course, getting fitter by the moment as well. Lionel Messi, who could actually be making the trip for Barcelona, so that's great news, and I'm sure that Ushfalusi will be happy to hear it as well. He was very public in his apologies, however cynical the challenge seemed to be, but anyway, it's good news. Aguero on the mend, and Lionel.
Ball slips through past Contini to Diego Costa. Gets the cross in as he is leveled off the field of play. So I think the referee's going to let things continue.
We need to get this ball out of touch and take a look at Costa, because he gets rifled through this challenge right at the end, but he's tough as old boots. Well played, the Brazilian. He hesitated to get the right cross in, and that little hesitation left him a little bit vulnerable and open for a hard challenge.
Saw Quique Sanchez screaming down at the Zaragoza bench. Godin.
Well played. Needs to get it off.
And they call that. Gavi with a little bump.
Goes on a little mazy, enjoying himself.
10 minutes left in the half. The goal in the 21st. Costa from Felipe Luis. And they haven't really gone back to that well. Take a close look, see if Zaragoza has plugged it.
Now, good patient play, spreading the wealth around right, left and centre, the red and whites.
He's in through and he's on.
Gotta be!
Costa for two! Kick saved by Tony Douglas.
It's a little bit lackadaisical finishing this for me from the Brazilian this time. It's good goalkeeping by Douglas, but he wanted to pull back on. He wanted the square ball. Beautiful ball played through for him, and he's right. Diego Forlan should have had the service from Costa. The square ball was begging, ignored.
Quick throw in, cleared away. Over Asuncao. Perez, nice work.
There's that spreading of the wealth, though, that I was talking about, Phil. They're not going to go on one side all the time. Wonderful play by Atletico Madrid. They know that they can patiently build it up and exploit this team, Zaragoza, not just on one side continually, but plug holes right, left and centre. But Rias here is the lazy finish for me. Just a little bit, it's great pace. He sees there's that bad tackle that comes through, but credit to him. And he's just shaking that challenge off when that opportunity came his way.
It was as his foot planted too.
Yeah, it could have been nasty.
Here's Thiago Mendes. Juve trying to play hardball, trying to force a sail. Atletico just waited until that deadline and got him on loan again. They call this one a foul. Lafita wanting a card.
Good skill by Lafita. It was driving through Perea and Godin, I believe. Take a look. He's trying to get through, and Perea comes out to the Colombian. To him, good skill, good pace.
There, the earlier chance he just missed out on.
Lively player, he should have pointed out and warned us about, Phil.
Well, with Lafita starting to draw some attention, that should open the door for Ander and Marco Perez. Perez has had a few opportunities, but just can't keep his feet. De Gea, still 19. Driven low by Gavi into the wall. Just saw Cristiano Ronaldo do that. Rebound shot, Jadosic, and down goes De Gea. He wasn't really diving, he was a controlled fall as he had that ball all the way. First shot on goal for Sada. Gavi Fernandez. This match is leveled out a bit. Well, Atletico has the lead. They've seen those disappear. On the one touch. Up for Gavi, out wide Poncio. Good ball for Perez. Leads with the elbow. Godin just shrugs off the challenge. Dominguez tries to curl it and keep it in, but good pressure by Zaragoza. Lanzaro on the far side with the throw. Falling asleep, Obradovic Let's Reyes steal it away. Back into the corner. Costa out wide. Lancero over to shut him down. Back for Kazmierski. Good ball. Almost finds Forlan. Good positioning by Obradovic. Through ball on the run. A foot race, and Perez is going to get there. Odin has the angle. Back into the middle. Well timed for Lafita. Trying to keep it. Herrera couldn't. And Atletico puts out the challenge. That was the best we've seen from Zaragoza so far. Now Simao, Forlan. One touch, Costa.
It's a rough touch by Diego Forlan. It was the right ball. And credit to Uruguay. And he tries to feed the man that should have been feeding him earlier. He sees the ball, he sees the run from Costa, and he tries to usher it into his path, but just a poor touch by Diego Forlan.
Gabi for Poncio. Not really a creator. He's bumped down from behind by Asuncao. No call.
Challenge, easy.
Costa, blind touch. Reyes gets it. Threads it. Little slip, but Lancero gets there.
What a good run by Diego Forlan. Wonderful attempt by Reyes to find his feet, but he didn't need to go for Diego Forlan with that sort of accuracy. Forlan running into a cow's field behind the line of defence. Just play it in front of him.
Lafita. Came up with Zaragoza as a youth player, then joined Felipe Luis at Deportivo, and now back at Zaragoza. Lancero. Jarosik. Pops up. That could be dangerous. Doblas calmly blasts it upfield. Godin with his height. He's going to win all of those. So now couldn't handle the first touch. Herrera. Stretching out the defense. Headed away. De Gea. Smart. Little things. You don't want to give up a corner. It's just a sign of awareness. Dominguez. Jarosik. Back for Sada. And Sada should have looked where he was passing. Lafita. Again. Beautiful tackle. Mendes. Forlan needed to put more weight on it. On the almost. Good tackle to Felipe Luis. Forlan didn't see it. Play on. A scything tackle this time from Mendes. Just enough to bring down Poncio. Forlan fell asleep a bit. I think it's frustration at the call, but perhaps even more frustration at the lack of service today. A good 40 yards out on a slight angle. More of a pass than a shot. They drive it into the wall in a wasted effort. Lafita wants that one back. .66 degrees at kickoff. Comfortable day. Very little wind, very little humidity. Not as perfect a day of football as you're going to get in the early fall. Through the legs of Kazmierski, but cleared away. Jarosik again. Need a little bit more of this. A little more side to side, stretch things out for Atletico. Good ball from Kevin out wide. Poncio. Not really his game, but he'll get a corner out of it.
Well, I think there needs to be a little bit more urgency from the opponents here tonight at home. The Brazilian connection is wonderful samba music for the red and white faithful, but the team in yellow, we've got to be a little bit more on the gambling side when they get their attacks going. As you said, Phil, it's just too much side to side, and the possession isn't leading anywhere in terms of threat. Got some players that will worry you. Lafita and Perez got to start really gambling a little bit, taking it on their shoulders to test the hair, who hasn't really been tested at all.
Not sure what Lanzaro did. Lanzaro and
just the continual stuff that we always see week in, week out. And some referees are going to punish these wrestlers in there. It's all pushing, holding, and some referees just can't stomach it anymore.
Looks like a dance. Ball across the penalty spot over Jarosik and all the way out. Not sure what Cesar Muniz saw, but he saw something.
I credit Muniz for that sort of thing. You see it, and it's nauseating to watch how much holding goes on in the penalty box nowadays, and he's sending out a message.
Snapped back by Costa, doesn't reach for Lan. Mendes tries to win it. Good hustle by Obradovic. Godin again in the air. Felipe Luis cut off by Lanzaro and out. Throwing for Atletico.
The unsung heroes are those two players in front of the back four for Atletico who do a lot of holding up here. See, it's just.
But Lanzaro's not the one holding.
Well, it's just that sort of thing that referees are holding in. Homing in on and seeing it both ways. We're seeing split-second replays of that. It's probably going on, and you don't know what's happening downstairs as well. Seeing it all the time, flicks at the ankles, stepping on players' feet nowadays as well. And some referees are starting to spot it more and more. Well played.
Final seconds of this first half. Atletico holding on to the lead. Could have been more, but at the same point, Zaragoza with a couple of good chances in this first half. They'll need more, though.
Yeah.
Jose Aurelio Guy knows it.
Well, certainly isolated. It's Reyes' team that's been much more in control. He should have had the second one to put this game to bed, but Costa was a little bit greedy with that effort in week one towards Douglas.
Ball switched in for Costa. Shoulder to shoulder. Down goes Costa.
Wow. This is a challenge. He bundles over Costa. Take a look again. He steps right into him. That's why I call it the penalty box. But referees, for me, it's a penalty.
We've seen it called before. Now, as the first half comes to a close, and Muniz explains it's a 1-0 scoreline for Atletico, but this one far from done.
Harías todo para proteger lo que amas. En Allstate ponemos la mejor protección en tus manos. Con Allstate, estás en buenas manos.
Troy, ¿has estado usando mi champú? Porque es para hombres que quieren un cabello que se vea más abundante.
Yo no lo usé.
No.
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 Ok, sí.
Head & Shoulders Hair Endurance para hombres, con una fórmula limpiadora diseñada para eliminar residuos, dejándote con un cabello que se ve más abundante en una semana, garantizado, y 100% libre de caspa. Respeta tu cuero cabelludo, cuida tu cabello.
La gente nota las manchas amarillas. Prueba nuevo Speed Stick Stain Guard con tecnología de defensa antimanchas que ayuda a protegerte a ti y a tus camisas. Nuevo Speed Stick Stain Guard. Ponte listo con Speed Stick.
today. Internacional versus Corinthians, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific.
You are watching Go Premium La Liga.
Gorgeous night in Madrid. On the scoreboard, it looks rather good, but this one still has a lot of game to play. What are your thoughts? La Liga's season so far, Atletico's quick start and few stumbles, Zaragoza's efforts, GoalTV.tv, the place to go. Click on the La Liga forums, and we'd love to hear your ideas.
Rolando, ¿qué es eso?
Es la cobertura de mi seguro. La adapté, ¿viste? La gente de Farmers me ayudó.
Yo hice la mía solo.
Si no adaptas tu cobertura de seguro, tendrás que adaptarte a las sorpresas. Llama a tu agente de Farmers. Él te ayudará a entender tus opciones de cobertura. Así podrás elegir la que se adapta a ti. Farmers es mi tranquilidad asegurada. 1-800-FARMERS. Llama ya.
Desarrolle músculo, pierda peso, luzca mejor y siéntase más joven. Ha sido la promesa de Bowflex por más de 20 años, cumplida con más de 1.5 millones de dueños de Bowflex. Y para celebrarlo estamos ofreciendo gimnasios caseros Bowflex por solo $10 al mes. ¡Solo $10! 20 minutos, 3 veces a la semana bastan para lograr el cuerpo delgado, esculpido y sexy que siempre quiso. Garantizamos resultados dramáticos en solo 6 semanas o le devolvemos su dinero. Solo los gimnasios Bowflex tienen tecnología Power Rod, el secreto para abdominales como roca, un tórax más ancho y poderosos bíceps rápido. Con hasta 410 libras de resistencia y 95 ejercicios, Bowflex garantiza resultados visibles en tan poco tiempo como 20 minutos, 3 veces a la semana. Y usted tiene la garantía de Bowflex. Verá resultados en solo 6 semanas o le devolvemos su dinero. Llame o visite ahora getabowflex.com para obtener su DVD gratis y vea cómo un financiamiento especial puede conseguir en un gimnasio casero Bowflex hoy mismo.
This October, the best soccer action is on GoalTV. Follow the top matchups from the most exciting leagues: Spain's La Liga, the German Bundesliga, Colombia, Uruguay, and the Brasileirão. The Europa League continues, and GoalTV brings you the most crucial games of this exciting event. And to summarize all the latest from the Europa League, don't miss the Europa League show. La Liga 360 and La Liga Report cover Spain's first division like no one else. Hallo Bundesliga and Bundesliga Magazine bring you exclusive coverage of Germany's top flight after each and every round. Milan Channel presents the best weekend highlights of the Rossoneri in Milan Channel Weekly and in Serie A and Champions League. Follow the art and essence of Jogo Bonito showcased in Foot Brazil. Don't miss Oh My Goal, with a new and fun way of enjoying the world's most popular sport. Plus, GoalTV News brings you all the latest information from the world of soccer. For all this and much more, October plays on GoalTV and GoalTV HD. Hallo Bundesliga. Monday, a complete analysis of the Bundesliga Championship, all the goals, and everything related to the Bundesliga. All new every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, on GoalTV and GoalTV HD. Milan Channel brings you the Rossoneri in Italy's Serie A. All the games. This Tuesday, AC Milan versus Genoa from the San Siro. 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific, on GoalTV and GoalTV HD.
You are watching Go Premium La Liga.
Welcome back. Atletico with the 1 goal to try and bounce back after that loss against Barcelona and the draw against Valencia. And speaking of that, as our halftime report continues, let's take a look at what was going on with Barcelona this round. Taking on, in a rainstorm, Athletic Bilbao. Seydou Keita, normally don't get too many goals from him. But that was close to perfect. And then this long-range shot curls in. Athletic fighting its way free. Snap header. And then the easy tap in. Barcelona reclaiming its 2-goal edge. Busquets. Strong performance by Barcelona. And to keep you up to date on everything that's going on in La Liga, every Sunday. A chance to review the best soccer league in the world. It's La Liga 360, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. All the goals, all the analysis, covering Spanish soccer from every angle. Highlights of this one when we come back.
La gente nota las manchas amarillas. Prueba nuevo Speed Stick Stain Guard con tecnología de defensa antimanchas que ayuda a protegerte a ti y a tus camisas. Nuevo Speed Stick Stain Guard. Ponte listo con Speed Stick.
Picture this. Summer's over and things are different. New friends, new attitude, and no more breakouts. And that's something you just can't wait to show off when you go back to school. So if you want picture-perfect skin when you go back, then the time to start using Proactive is right now.
It's a good feeling to have clear skin. It helps your confidence just skyrocket.
A lot of people noticed as soon as I started using Proactive. My skin actually feels under control.
Now faster and gentler than ever before, Proactive is as effective in killing acne bacteria as a leading topical prescription. That's why millions turn to Proactive every day to get clear and confident.
After using Proactive, I was able to go to college interviews and instead of keeping my head down, keep my head up.
Normally $40. 50%.
I feel like a whole new person. I am willing to try new things. I'm willing to meet new people. My dad was like, wow, Meg, your skin looks so good.
Winner of Teen Vogue's Reader's Choice Award 3 years in a row. Proactive is the #1 best-selling acne system in the world, and it can clear your skin.
I think the best part about Proactive is it makes you feel good and it makes you happy to be yourself.
And when you order in the next 4 minutes, we'll send you our amazing refining mask absolutely free.
I feel like that is my secret weapon, and if I feel one coming on, I can stop it right away. It's completely gone. It's amazing.
Use Proactive and get your first day confidence for back to school. We guarantee clear skin or your money back. Order right now and we'll even add our travel size green tea moisturizer so you can keep your summertime glow. Call now, 1-800-662-3296. That's 1-800-662-3296.
Goal TV News from Monday to Friday. The latest soccer news. Stay up to the minute with all the information from the world of soccer. Right here on Goal TV News. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. Only on Goal TV and Goal TV HD.
You are watching Goal Preview La Liga.
Ball over the top, but that wonderful hit there by Luis would test the goalkeeper to the extent that poor Leo Franco would pull his hamstring and had to be substituted out again. It would be Luis, the terrorizer. He gets on the end of this, he rounds the fullback. They try to block all the windows, but he picks out the right card out of his hand, which is his Brazilian countryman Costa. He puts this one beautifully right in between the defender and the goal, and Costa is a wonderful mop-up man.
And watch, you could see also sliding over. Leo Franco just could not push off and cut the angle down.
And Costa should have squared this one for the Uruguayan, who was down on his knees saying, begging, feed me, baby. But Costa fancies his chances, and he picked the wrong one there. It should have been 2-0, but De Gea was very seldom threatened by Real Zaragoza, who their forwards couldn't find Nelson's column in Trafalgar Square the way they're playing.
Take a look at the statistics. 2-1 in chances on goal. It's 3-2 in total shots. Not a lot of action. 17 fouls in the middle of play. However, I have a feeling this one has a chance to explode in the second half.
La gente nota las manchas amarillas. Prueba nuevo Speed Stick Stain Guard con tecnología de defensa antimanchas que ayuda a protegerte a ti y a tus camisas. Nuevo Speed Stick Stain Guard. Ponte listo con Speed Stick.
Tu universo de posibilidades se expandió. El Torch, el nuevo y avanzadísimo BlackBerry, con el famoso teclado de BlackBerry y pantalla táctil. Además, internet como la ves en computadora y acceso fácil a miles de aplicaciones. Exclusivo de AT&T.
Today, Internacional versus Corinthians, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific.
You are watching Go Premium La Liga.
Atletico Madrid with the lead. Forlan, no chances. A smile on Reyes' face instead of a scowl. We did have a harvest moon, maybe a blue moon with Reyes smiling. Zaragoza started to string a few passes together, caused some problems in the back for Atletico. However, Quique Sanchez had to see a few things he liked in the first half. Here's Lafita, stripped quickly. Do not appear to be any changes. De Gea in goal for Atletico. Here we go, there was one. Kevin, the young 18-year-old, coming out. And the familiar face of Florent Sinama-Pongo, the former Liverpool man, back in La Liga. And one thing we were talking about in the first half, Ray, Marco Perez was just too isolated. Now they'll stick up another man who will draw some attention. Beautiful spin, Costa. And a weak ball back.
Well, you say Florent Sinama-Pongo, ex-Liverpool man, also an ex-Atletico Madrid man as well. Don't forget the days he spent here. So he wants to remind this fan base of those days, I'm sure. Good type of player. Very inconsistent and should be living up to a better reputation, a little bit better than what he has of late in his career, but still he is the type of player that they need, Zaragoza, because as I said, their forwards were really very, very poor. Not able to capitalize on what you said, Phil, was decent build-up, pretty decent build-up by Zaragoza in the midfield. They were challenging in front of the back line and winning the ball and linking it up nicely, as we're seeing again. But then it would just all fall apart like wet broccoli up top. Well, Pongo is the type of player that will really threaten you with his pace and his ability. They're going to have to start finding him.
De Gea clears it away. Lancing header falls for Costa.
Look out. Good overlap this.
Simao through, but a brilliant tackle.
It's poor play by Costa, though. He's got Simao screaming for it and running like a jackrabbit on the outside of him, in front of a mile of space. Just give him the ball.
It was the young playmaker, Ander, who has dropped in the midfield with Kevin departing.
See why this player, Costa, has been not the automatic choice for this team and others in his past, because he doesn't often, and he's annoyed that all that effort that he put in for that overlapping run wasn't rewarded by Costa. We've seen that a few times in this game, Phil. Costa not able to pick the right pass.
He's still 21, but sooner or later we start looking at the birth certificate and start looking at the score sheet. 3 minutes into the second half. Pereira, Godin, Dominguez, Felipe Luis in front of De Gea, Asuncao, Thiago, Reyes, Simao, and Costa for now. Ball chipped to the back post. Jarosik trying to get there. still in play. Will let it run for the throw-in. Leo Franco replaced by Tony Doblas in goal. Lanzaro, Jarosik, Contini, Obradovic, the back line. Gabi and now Ander holding in the midfield. Leopancio, Lafita, Perez, and now Cinema Pangol ready for action. Here's Ivan Obradovic, the 22-year-old Serb. You can see they're still trying to communicate with Perez. Young Colombian. Jarosik chests it down. Good work. Looks like they dropped Poncio. Not sure if it was just for the set play, but it looks like he was just covering for Lanzaro right back. There's the danger man, and if he starts clicking, everyone becomes more dangerous for Zaragoza.
Well, it's a fair point, but they've got to stop flirting around the edges. They've got to start, they're 1-0 down, they've got to start really chancing their arm up front.
Maybe here, Poncio looking for Cinema Pangol, but his pass off target. Lanzaro tried to dance around the challenge, and the linesman saw it.
There's nothing here. No, there's nothing here.
He dragged his leg, hoping for another card. Remember, Lanzaro got that yellow in the corner kick play from Muniz Fernandez for his little handbags and hand grenades. So Simao looking for a second, but not there. Well covered by Obradovic. Lafita, Gabi. I think there's a goal in this one for Zaragoza if they can build a bit more towards the front line. They're fine here. Just that final pass. Did it skip out? Yes, it did. So Aurelio Guy not too pleased. Already had to use 2 substitutions.
A risky throw in there by Perea. That's confidence for you. Oh.
Confidence would be a word. Jarosik soars high. Well covered, although surrendering another throw as Reyes bursting down the line.
Wonderful pace, great skill, packed with it, pure touch player. Really started to mature in one of La Liga's really top-class players now, in my opinion.
Rolling it back for Mendes. Good square. Felipe Luis just couldn't dump it through.
Unlucky, need a little bit more height there to find Diego.
Gets it back. Change of pace, Simao. Sato trying to keep pace. Skips back for Assunção. Brazilian switches nicely. Costa out wide. Mendes for Pereira. This could be dangerous.
And they're playing so within themselves. Atletico Madrid, they've got another couple of gears to find whenever they're needed. They really do look as if they're very casual. They better be careful, because as you say, Phil, they may have the guns to threaten if Zaragoza do start to get it together, but you see it. Well played.
Near side, Felipe Luis again. Referee was in the way. They'll pass it for Simao, and a curling ball misses everyone.
The intention was to find Diego, but his run was too quick. He'd already made his mind up. That's tenacity by Rias. Happier days. You need to pad on that celebration to put this game to bed. Second bait.
Perez slips as he shoots, and the ball sails high.
Colombian showing his youthfulness already. 20-year-old. Very speculative. But again, didn't have too many options, did he?
Chested down Dominguez. Good cover by Felipe Luis. Little patience from Atletico, trying to draw Zaragoza up. Of course, Zaragoza, talk about the injuries to Atletico. They're missing Ikechukwu Uche.
Yep.
That could have been a difference maker here today.
For sure. Just the type of player that Zara need, Phil. You're right. He's in the MASH unit and he's out for a long time from what I was reading.
Also missing LaGuardia and Jorge Lopez.
Ooh.
Lopez the closest to come back. Nice work by Ander as he's pulled down. Advantage.
Yeah, that's himself getting away with it a little bit too much. The referee trying to play the advantage for Zara, allowing the game to progress and their attack to go on, but Asunción finally had to go in with a boot, and no complaints from Paulo. This is the first one, and you see it again. There's the second one, and then finally pulls him down.
You have Said Boutahar, the man who just came over from Willem II, on the bench. And another former Atletico man in Braulio, who never quite made his mark at the Vicente Calderon. Just one sub left, and he's going to wait on it a bit, just 10 minutes into the second half. Here's Lafita. Four-man wall. Upper corner begging, but he's got to get it over the wall.
Brave wall. Stands its ground. I think it's Diego Mendes that takes it right in his body. That's staunch defending.
Diego Costa in the 20th after the nice work from Kazmirski. Into the corner, Lafita goes around the Brazilian. Back post. Perez couldn't get there in time.
Once again, just no cutting edge up front. No final point to the pyramid for Zaragoza. A definite good period for them this time, though. The last 10 minutes.
Bobby's saying there was a deflection. Luis Fernandez says no. Nice work. Perez and Cinema Pangol pretty much sharing cleats.
Yep, shoulder to shoulder, you're right, Phil. Separation between them.
This looked like it was through, looking to take the back pass quickly. Now why, if this is a back pass, is Muniz Fernandez stopping Zaragoza from taking it?
Take a look again.
He's saying it went off the boot of Thiago Mendes,
but was
intentionally.
I don't think that's intentional at all.
I agree with you.
I think that's a back pass to the goalkeeper, and De Gea doesn't either. Take a look again. He's just poking it out. He's just trying to get it away, either to his defenders or away from the goalkeeper, perhaps. But that's a really very, very tough decision.
Now, Ray, that's the argument on the call. However, assume that he gets the call right. Why is he punishing Zaragoza from taking the shot quickly?
But he took it and scored easily for the open net.
They had four men in the box. They were ready to tap into an open one.
Good point, Phil.
Instead, we have
their golden opportunity here now. This is it for Zara. Their best chance by a mile in this game. They haven't come close to worrying De Gea. They're going to worry him now.
What's your thought process here?
One touch and blast.
Head high or try and find a gap?
Doesn't matter. Got to pummel it.
And remember, unlike in earlier years, the ball does not need to roll.
Depends on the type of player they've got around the ball. You've seen players just dink it over the top of the wall with the audacity, or the full-blooded hammer blow. It depends what type of players you've got around the ball. Let's take a look.
In many ways, this is almost like landing Donovan in the World Cup. Just aim at their heads. See if anyone's brave enough. It doesn't need to make a full roll anymore. Here's the fake touch. The touch back, he's going to blow the whistle. They're going to get another chance.
Yep, going to be taken again.
And someone else is going to go in the book.
Well, this crowd absolutely boiling over here at this decision by referee Muniz. It's Pungal that they've went to for the hammer.
Well, if he's trying out for the NFL, I think he passed the audition.
We were just saying for them to go high. He goes a little too high.
Still not sure who the first yellow went to. Looked like
it's a gamble either way. Which one of the one you're going to pick out? It's a gamble. Are you going to win? Lady, look.
Touched, blasted.
Bravehearts. Wonderful by Rias.
Back into the mix, and now Forlan with a chance. Just gets rid of it.
Tremendous by Antonio Rias. When we see it again, I'm sure it's the ex-Arsenal man.
And now things getting a bit ugly, and it's a straight red.
To Rias. Rias counters this, and he's punished. Was it a flail of his elbow? He's not smiling now. Just when he was starting to really flip his feathers, he's saying to the referee, take a look again. It doesn't seem to be too much of an argument from Antonio. When we see it again, let's have a look here.
Just stops running.
Ah, that's just stupid. I mean, he needs to be sent off just for being stupid. We've been listening to too much rap music, man.
Now, from that angle, you can see it appears to be a bit harder
He
than it does.
stops in front of Rias, to be fair. Rias runs into him. They're very volatile now.
Now, in my mind, a red might be a bit harsh, even though it was the elbow, but it's at least a yellow, and it's, as you said, it's stupid.
Saying it was the elbow, though, Phil. He's raised his arms and he's pushed through. For me, that's not an elbow in the real purest sense of it. We're talking about elbows, about the action being thrown back into a face. The player stopped in front of Rias, and Rias stupidly ran into him and let him know with his arm. But a little bit of gamesmanship on Zara's part, but again, stupid by Antonio.
And now Aguero is in danger of getting tossed.
Well, you wonder how much this referee is to blame for all of this commotion, for a call that was decidedly iffy. I mean, for me, a considered pass back to a goalkeeper has to be directional, and De Gea had to move away from his goal to come to the ball. So is that a direct pass to him? I don't think so.
Mendes was just trying to poke it away. Still, there is some training. Ball from Lafita in. Perez on the turn.
Just the type of player, if he makes a connection, it'll take the net off. Young Perez, the Colombian, turns, spins. He's got to go to the locker room by all accounts.
Getting back to that, though, Ray, more and more goalkeepers are taught if there's the hint of it being off of your own teammate's foot, intentional, otherwise, just kick it. Don't even give the referee an opportunity.
Well, that's a fair comment, Phil, but I don't think there was a hint. I really don't. That was an amazing decision by Muniz.
They're rewriting the first paragraph of the game stories as we speak. About a half hour left to go in this one. It's Costa's goal that is holding on, but now some switches. Thiago Mendes, well, they have their share of players with yellows. Mendes, Paulo Sunsao, Pereira, and Dominguez, and De Gea. But they pull the Portuguese mid and bring in Mario, another midfielder. A little bit more attack-minded. But I think this is perhaps also just a chance to prevent going two men down. Felipe Luis.
Well, that certainly stirred the pot, didn't it? They weren't inflamed during this game in this second half, which I think he had been lulled into sleep by the Atleti. The fans now really roused, and it's against the man in the middle wearing black.
Lifted through, but no chance for Perez. All that's missing are those three old witches on the sideline stirring the pot.
Hugo Forlan and Costa are going to be thinking that there may be a little bit of makeup. When you've got a character and a personality like this referee, just perhaps if they do get the slightest challenge inside their penalty box, they'd be crazy not to go down. Not seem to take the dive, but look out.
Nice ball, Lafita finds Cinema Pangol. Back for Ander, cuts away, takes a bump there from Simao, which is arguably more of a foul than what got tossed, or got Reyes tossed. Contini, good control, Sada. They have the man advantage. Atletico is going to pick up the pace a bit, but Zaragoza will always have an open man. Lafita, Ander. Gabi, Ander. Actually, Poncio, Lafita, good ball. Rensado tees it up, drives it through, skips to the back post. Gabi takes the shot, and what a stop by De Gea.
Super strike by Gabi, but more to the point, excellent football by Real Zaragoza. We've been indicating of it in this second half, right from the first whistle. And credit Aurelio Guy, the coach, for sending them out with a lot more venom in their play and being a lot more adventurous. Pongol has made a difference as well. Showtime for Cinema.
Second straight corner now. Ball launched in. Is he off? Lazy in the corner for Lafita.
Interesting last 25 minutes now, people. The board's rocking for Atletico, and you can see it. The concern on Quique Sanchez Flores. New blood coming in for Zara.
Bringing in the former Boca boy, Nico Bertoli.
Good sign.
Bertolo, the final substitution here today. Not really a goal scorer. Similar in many ways to Leo Poncio, but a little bit more attack-minded.
Yeah. Dangerous young player, Nicolas Bertolo. On loan from Palermo. Look out, here's the counter.
3-on-3 if they hurry.
You find him.
Out wide, Perez cuts to his right. Slips as he shoots, and an easy stop for De Gea.
Again, Perez head his teammate Cinema Pongol in a good advanced position. Just doesn't have the class, the ability or experience to try to find Pongol. It was a good counter-attacking situation. 3-on-3.
Nice work by Felipe Luis. He's been outstanding. Here's Godin, rock solid in the back, but now they're under pressure. Forlan's chip, was it deflected?
Yeah, he can get the throw.
Maybe not. Let's see.
No, he got it.
They had it. Midway through the second half, you can see he's bringing the midfielder, take out the defender. That could open the door a bit for Forlan. And Forlan and Costa still out there. They call this one a foul.
Good play this time. Good hold-up football by the Brazilian. As you said, Phil, a youngster. Lots of ability, good strength.
Although it looked like he might have just stepped on the ball. Enrique Cerezo, Agapito Iglesias. A bit nervous at the moment.
Good lead.
Simao just couldn't get there. Ooh. Although at the last minute, did it touch the other side?
Should be a corner. He reaches in here. Sabrosa, good slide. He makes contact with the ball, and the ball gets carried out by Yaroslik. I think you are correct, Senor.
One flaw for Atletico, Ray. Tony Dobles coming in cold off the bench. They haven't tested him once.
Yeah. And every time they've come close as well, Phil. He's come up with a good response, the keeper.
Strongest challenge, I think, was that one low cross that he had to dive and punch, but that's it. Nothing really on goal.
You're right. He should have been in my opinion, at least another goal to the good Atleti. And that's what you get from not converting clear-cut chances. Living on the edge.
Well, we saw Hercules come up with their second big scalp of the season. We saw Real Madrid and Barcelona. Now Sevilla stumble so far. Well, Atletico Madrid see their winless streak stretched to 3.
Zara really pushing on bravely at the front foot now. Far better performance in the second half.
Obradovic.
Again, final pass through.
Partido was lurking.
Here's the sending off.
It's just silly retaliation.
It is. When you're making a rod for your own back and you get things like that.
You saw Sanchez Flores not so much upset at Agüero. He was upset at the bench for not stopping Agüero from getting into it. Because in all honesty, if Zaragoza scores an equalizer, they might have to put Agüero out there. Felipe up the line, Simao. Asuncao for Forlan.
Lovely football, this.
Drives it across. Costa sends it back. Looking for Forlan, but Jarosik gets there in time.
Take a look at this pass from Costa. And Diego's got to be asking himself, how can he not find me with a 10-yard square pass when I'm in the open, like in the first half? Look at this ball. Absolutely beautiful. Great vision by Costa. Beautiful touch. Well covered. Jarosik again.
First corner of the half for Atletico. Edge of the 6. Nice stop by Douglas to deny Godin.
Wonderful header by Godin, and again Douglas comes to the rescue. Substitute goalkeepers performing heroics on the line.
And it's off of Dominguez, so they'll get a goal kick.
Wonderful attack of the ball by the Uruguayan. It comes in full-blooded, lovely touch to the angle, but the keeper's got it covered.
20 minutes left. Remember seeing Perez back in Boyacá Chico. The speed to burn, and never seemed to get frustrated. Just kept going right back at the well. Cinema Pangol, as you mentioned. Obviously, he'd love to prove that Atletico should have held on to him.
There's a lot I like about the Colombian up front, Phil. He's just very rough and ready, though. It's just raw, like you say. He's talented.
Pancho gets it back.
Oh!
It slips through. Bertolo trying to control it, and he almost set up a perfect
There's
pass.
that lack of experience in Perez. He settles into a relaxed situation there where he should have been a lot more on his toes. He would have been able to get on the end of that. He was one-on-one with De Gea.
Ander denied. Ball slips away and up the line. It'll be another throw-in for Zaragoza.
Hanging on now. Costa's men. There's still plenty of time.
Bertolo.
The confidence growing in these yellow shirts, all right.
Obradovic. Lafita.
Okay.
Play on. Simao showing some teeth. Forlan. A chance on the break.
Good run.
Goes back for Cinema Pangol. Tries to cut inside of Dominguez. Gets a corner.
Unlucky. This is class defending by Dominguez against a very dangerous little Rottweiler in Pangol. He tries to usher it by Dominguez, but Dominguez reads him beautifully and frustrates Aurelio Guy.
It looks like Agüero's getting set. Will they sneak him in before this corner? Ball driven across. Headed back in by Bertolo. Off to the near side. Driven close to a handball. Falls for Ander. Slow shot. Out comes De Gea before Perez and Cinema Pangol. They did not want to do this. But he's healthy enough to play, and now they're going to play him. Probably a straight swap for Costa, so the Brazilian knows he has to do something. Bertolo, Perez, back for Bertolo, but he wasn't there.
Played Asuncao. think they're just flipping him.
That has tried to foul him, he just couldn't.
Which there is there.
16 and change.
But again, hands are up.
Costa can't control. Zaragoza playing with the man advantage. They need to take advantage of it, though. A little Alphonse and Gaston. Herrera comes away. Gabi. Bertolo. The Argentine tripped in the box as it carries over the end line.
He's not tripped at all. Nothing.
Well, he's not screaming. Let's take a closer look. A battle of two former Boca players, and Perea a bit fortunate. Some referees.
Bad referees. Go on, finish it.
Out comes Forlan. A bit surprised?
Not really. Not really. It's been a rough night for Diego. He wasn't rewarded for some of his wonderful elusive running off of the ball, and his touch wasn't quite razor sharp, pinpoint accurate tonight. It was a tough night for him, but he should have a goal in his quill.
So Costa stays out. He'll have a chance for a second, and he'll partner with Agüero for the rest of this one.
Still thinking about that first half. The chance that this great little run created for Costa to give him the ball.
Glancing ball, Lafita off Asuncao. Under.
The ball.
Bertolo.
Look out. Oh, what a great challenge.
Godin again. Asuncao weaving his way down the middle.
Run. Well played.
Simao. In for Costa. Got stuck between the wickets. Back out wide. Through to the near post. Simao. It was Agüero at the beginning, and the ball rattles off for Simao.
The ball played into Kun Agüero, who does well, and he gets it back and feeds Simao. Here you see Kun getting pushed off of the ball. It comes back to Simao. Now watch where Kun Agüero is. That's where he wants it, the pull back. But it's in a twinkling of an eye, very quick. But Simao usually knows by instinct where his teammate is.
Lafita from long range. Just couldn't get any spin on it.
So doing enough to put the big man off. A good game, Asuncao. Diego Mendes alongside of him before he exited. As well here, Simao. The pullback's begging. He goes for that acute angle. Well covered again by Douglas.
Lafita spins. Off for Poncio.
No worries about this backup goalkeeper.
Threads it. A little off target. One back in the midfield brilliantly. Gabi has quietly had an outstanding game. Lafita controls. Cinema opens up. Ball rattling around. They just can't make that pass when they get close to the 18. Obradovic had two men open. Looks for the hard one. Back for Lafita.
Absolutely horrific.
Shakes it.
A lovely little settle for him as well from Pongol. Nice ball played into the danger area. A lovely settle for Cinema Pongol. And Lafita just cannot get anything like the required hit. In that type of night for Zaras, attacking midfield and their forwards.
And again, after this match, Athletic Bilbao, Barcelona, and Valencia beckon. There's a very good chance if they can't salvage a victory here today in these final 12 minutes, they might be winless over the first 8.
Good counter here. Got to play the
he does,
ball.
but plays him wide.
Done.
Felipe Luis pins him in the corner and wins the throw-in.
It's not Lafita's fault that time. It's a poor ball that completely put him on an island.
Zaragoza pressuring the throw-in. Trying to win it back quickly. Poncio into the middle for Bertolo. Shields. Ander. Lifts. Cinema Pangol cleared away. Godin again. Jarosik pushing it forward. Cinema Pangol for Ponzio. Gabi, that's there, but look at De Gea.
Easy pickings, makes it truly look like relaxed goalkeeping because his positioning, his quick feet are so perfect. Look out!
Agüero timed the run perfectly into the area and blasts it high.
And this time, Costa knows what it feels like to be on the receiving end of an ignoring pass.
Jarosik checked
Good
back
pace,
too far.
he's in. The square ball is on for Kun Agüero to play Costa in for a tap in. It would have been a little bit of a difficult ball for Kun, but he's got it in his hand.
Bertolo just off balance. Godin doing a brilliant job pressuring. Contini stripped. Obradovic play on. And now down goes Diego Costa. Didn't look like there was much there, but he might have gotten stepped on.
The ball is between two brave players. Costa is going pell-mell at the ball, and Obradovic wasn't going to pull out because he knew there was nothing left behind him. Very little.
Well, as you pointed out, though, these boots don't give you much protection anymore.
Yeah.
Atletico gets it back. Final 10 minutes. This will be a big test for an Atletico squad, proving it deserves to be among the top contenders. Playing down a man on a day where they're not really on. A little slip under. Bertolo in for Cinema. Cleared away. Agüero wide. Taken back. And the whistle silent again. Well, for some strange whistles from Muniz Fernandez in this match. He's also gone long stretches where it looks like he lost his whistle. Atletico still with one sub to make should they wish, and here it is. They're going to pull Diego Costa. And Juan Valera, who can play pretty much anywhere on that right flank, will replace the goal scorer.
Well, it needs to be seen if he's going to be the hero. His strike is very good. It was his run as much as anything that really opened up the gates for his goal, but he still needed to be brave with that little touch, and he was. Had a couple of better opportunities later on, but young player, very, very promising player for Atleti.
Agüero got away from him. Ponzio snatches it back. Jarosik off for Ander. Through for Bertolo. Tucks it around Lafita. Wants it back. Probably should have had it. Launched long for Cinema Pangol, who heads it backwards for some reason. They've had some chances.
Have they though, Phil? I'm not so sure that they've had as many chances as what their football is deserving of in this second half. They've been so good at the back and holding up. They've made their man advantage tell. There's been all the promise and the numbers going forward. But as I said at half-time, I said that Zaragoza couldn't find Nelson's column in Trafalgar Square. Really, I'm not so sure if they could find their own backsides. It's harsh words, but they don't have anything in terms of bite. And the players that they've got up front are begging for better service from this midfield. They've got to be braver.
Lafita. They just hold on to it too long.
Right. It's either holding on or not picking the right pass. The Colombian with the ball, is doing as much as is within him, but it's just not enough.
Takes the throw himself for Gabi.
And they need a slice of luck.
And then Lafita can't control a simple ball.
You need a little bit of a good bounce, perhaps.
Bertolo.
But it's got to be forced into the area that's going to give you good luck.
Back for Gabi.
Again.
Under. Strong challenge. Godin, he's hurt. 2 players now down. Poncio still playing. Takes the shot, deflected. And De Gea will be able to put it into touch. Godin has just launched himself at every challenge outside the box, and it looks like he finally paid the price.
No subs left, right?
The last one was Valera, and they're already down a man.
A tremendous challenge by the Uruguayan. He's got to get there, and he does. Sees the danger, and he arrives like the cavalry brigade.
And it doesn't look like there was contact that much. It doesn't look like there was that impact you might
but
see.
He was at full stretch, Phil, and when you're like that on the run, diving into the ball, let's hope it's nothing too severe, but he certainly seemed to extend himself and land awkwardly, and then the body weight shifts over onto the joint.
And that's what's concerning, because there wasn't really contact, and you can see his look where he's grabbing. It's the knee, but how serious it is, we might not find out till Monday.
He probably saved a great effort at goal, to say the least. There's that shift of weight, and he realizes it straight away. Now, very, very tough situation for Atleti now.
2 men down, but 1 goal up. Gabi. Lafita. You need better service. And you hate to say it, but Zaragoza needs to be ruthless now. They need to slide Atletico back and forth. Find the gaps. Here's a chance, Lafita, but it got away from him. And a sympathetic whistle.
Oh, I don't know about that, Phil. Again, man. Comes right across the substitute that's just come in. Lafita, here, take a look. Let's bundle him off the ball. Reckless, but just trying everything for that little bit of a break across that back line. That's a good save. He's got the full weight on it. He's trying.
It's a tough call for a coach. This is where you rely on the doctors. Part of you maybe just wants to say, just stand outside the 18, but you don't want to risk serious injury. Aguero gets the call. Time starting to tick against Zaragoza. 2-man advantage. They should be holding on to possession. Instead, it's Atletico. Godin getting a nice round of applause.
Oh, wow. That's really great to see.
Ball launched in. Dangerous. Cleared by Jarosik. Now, Ray, back in the dark ages, you wrecked your knee. Going back and forth isn't that much of a problem. It was the side to side where it felt like you were falling off a cliff.
One of the injuries I had was exactly the same as what we just saw, though. The weight and the shift of the awkward fall. It's all it takes. It's always the knee.
Godin still jogging back to head it. Lands awkwardly, and he'll keep limping. They're going at him. Now a hard challenge on the far side. Valera taking out Obradovic. And he's going in the book.
Well, it's an easy booking, this one. No question. Comes across fast and hard and late. Obradovic tries to tuck it past him. And certainly a yellow card.
If he doesn't get him, Obradovic is in the corner unmarked. Final 2 minutes, and there'll be some time added on. Yes, it is nail-biting time. Ball blasted into the center. Can't get it. Up and over Dominguez. Asuncao clears. Aguero with a little hook. Back for the Brazilian. They just want to dump it in the corner.
That's great play.
Obradovic in a foot race, and still Asuncao. Got to make the first pass. Poncio not really a playmaker. He's more of that bull terrier. Here's Anda. Cinema. Lafita. Gabi. Flipped in, and Perez should have had a ticket. 90th minute. And they call that the assistant raising the flag as Aguero got knocked. Atletico is going to feel somewhat fortunate to come away with 3 points if the score holds. And Zaragoza will figure these are 3 points that they had a golden opportunity to grab.
And again, all signs for the Atletico fans, seeing their team in a far superior situation in that first half, but only getting the one goal when they should have had at least a couple. At least a couple.
Header.
And then that sort of situation gives the coach and the fans heart attacks when they're not converted against the team that they should have put away.
Cinema lifts for Perez.
It's never going to end up anyway.
Lafita tried to lift it over the head of the back post.
Talk about teams that miss their players altogether. The likes of Barcelona missing Messi, and Atletico Madrid missing Kun Aguero. But for Zaragoza, not to have Uche out there, that's been the missing link. I mean, Pongo's got in and he's raised the team. A little bit of class up top and a little bit of fizz and creativity. They just needed that one extra weight and that telling player up top, and they've been miles away from it tonight, Phil. It could be playing till the moon turns to cheese. I said it all of this second half, and he ain't going to get anywhere. Well, they've got 5 minutes to bring something out of the hat.
Well, they've played with a man advantage and really a man and a half advantage.
Yep.
And they can't even hold on to possession as well as they were when it was 11 on 11. Down goes Felipe Luis, and he lands on the ball. Ander showing some frustration here. And this is just stupid play from Zaragoza. They're giving Atletico the chance to kill off 30 seconds at a time.
And Herrera just comes across here and could have went either way. See too much of a foul on Luis.
Aguero tried to thread it back, and he's whistled for a foul as he tries to win it back. Dobles will just blast this if he can find a gap. Lancing header. Hits off of Perez. Does a good job shielding. Gabi. Wrong direction though.
Look how many players they have back now as well, Zara. This much time on, with the advantage they have, you've got to have far more players inside of the box.
It's stripped away nicely. Here comes Mario. Mario Suarez takes the shot himself, but off target. Probably even better just to keep dribbling to the corner. Dobles again. Still 2.5 minutes remain. Chance for Bertolo. Is he on? He is. Well, in so many words. Long ball, no problem. Dobles looking for replacement quickly. Atletico with a chance to climb into the top 4 if they can hold on. For Zaragoza, it could be a disastrous start if they can't salvage at least a point. Ball down for Cinema. They call it the other way.
Cisco against Perez on Asuncao.
Jarosik coming over the back as well.
Well, disappointing night. Disappointing second half for Jarosik and the men in these lime shirts. They showed enough. Many departments. Good fluency about the midfield approach. But even Blondie says they've got nobody up top.
Off the throw-in. Is launched forward. This is last gasp time. Cinema behind Lafita, and then he doesn't make the run. There was only one pass Lafita could make, and Cinema wasn't ready for it. Smart blast.
Oh, he's in.
And Aguero
is
tangled by Contini.
It's got to be a card.
And maybe a red.
Is this a make-up call by the referee? It's over the top. He's definitely made contact on him, Contini. Hopefully to just do enough, but I don't disagree entirely with Quique Sanchez-Flores.
Just the yellow.
Maybe that's all it deserves. And we saw it. He's definitely a little grab, but it was mild. He didn't yank him down to the ground or anything, or he would have been off, but still, the infraction is certainly intentional.
And it does pretty much put the final nail in Zaragoza's coffin. There's the final whistle. Atletico scores in the first half from Costa and holds on for victory.
Well, Quique Sanchez-Flores still irate with this referee that made this into a real cliffhanger for Atleti. But once again, Opa Atletico.